The hotel manager handed me a USB drive with a look that said she'd done this before. "I'm sorry," she said quietly, "but you deserve to know." I waited until I was in my car to plug it into my laptop. The security footage showed my husband walking into the Riverside Hotel lobby with his arm around a blonde woman. He was wearing the watch I'd bought him for his birthday. The timestamp read February 14th. The Valentine's Day, he said he had an emergency work meeting. I'd spent that night alone with takeout Chinese. I'm Rachel, 32, married to Mark for 7 years. College sweethearts, small house in Portland, the kind of relationship people said they envied. The business trips started 18 months ago. Pharmaceutical sales, he said, territory expansion, Seattle, mostly. Once a month became twice a month, became weekly. He bought all new luggage for these trips, expensive leather bags. Need to look professional, he'd said. Mark had never cared about stuff like that before. His phone became off limits. Face down during dinner, calls taken in the garage. Once I grabbed it to check the weather and he practically lunged for it. "Trust me, it's work stuff, confidential." Then the cologne changed. Mark had worn Old Spice since college. Suddenly, it was something expensive, designer. New clothes, gym memberships, a whole makeover. Commanding presence for clients, he'd explained. We'd been trying for a baby. Mark suggested we take a break from the pressure until work settled down. Work never settled down. Everything unraveled over a laundry receipt. I was emptying Mark's pockets before washing his jeans from his latest Seattle trip. Riverside Hotel room service. 2 entrees, wine, $187. Dated the night he texted, "Exhausted from meetings, going to bed early. Love you." Mark didn't drink wine, said it gave him headaches. I sat on the laundry room floor and pulled up our text history. March 14th, 8:47 p.m. Mark, just grabbed something quick and heading to bed. The receipt was timestamped 9:45 p.m. I opened our credit card statements and my hands went cold. Riverside Hotel, Seattle, over and over. Same hotel, 17 different charges. But Mark's company had a corporate Hilton account. I'd seen the email, company policy. Why was he paying out of pocket? I didn't confront him. Not yet. That night at dinner, Mark talked about his day while I pushed food around my plate. Everything looked normal, but felt like a stage play. "Heading back to Seattle next week," he said casually. "The Riverside again?" He paused. "Just a second. Yeah, it's close to the client's office." I nodded and cleared the dishes. I lay awake that night next to him, listening to him breathing, looking at a stranger. I called my sister Lauren the next morning. She's a divorce attorney in Seattle. "I need advice," I said, hypothetically. "Nothing good starts with hypothetically. What's going on?" I told her everything. Long silence. Then, "How much proof do you need?" "Enough that he can't lie his way out." I became someone methodical, cold, strategic. I created a spreadsheet. Every trip, every charge, every date. Screenshot every text where he claimed exhaustion on nights expensive dinners appeared on statements. Downloaded phone records. 300 calls to one Seattle number, always during his trips. Saved everything to a cloud drive he couldn't access. Then I booked myself a room at the Riverside using our shared card. The woman at the front desk, Nina, looked at me with knowing eyes when I said I was there to investigate. "You're not the first wife who's come here looking for answers," she said quietly. "Our lobby cameras record everything, 90 days of footage." The next morning, the hotel manager, Patricia, called me to her office. "I pulled what you asked for," she said, sliding the USB across her desk. I watched 7 instances of Mark checking in with her, laughing at the elevator, his hand on her back, the Valentine's Day roses. I drove back to Portland with evidence and Lauren's number on speed dial. We filed divorce papers within a week. Oregon allows fault-based divorce for adultery. The hotel footage was ironclad. Then I called Mark's boss with an innocent question about travel reimbursement. "We don't reimburse Seattle trips," he said, confused. "Mark's Seattle client dropped us in January." My blood ran cold. He hasn't traveled there in months? Nope. Why? "My mistake," I said, and hung up. Mark had been lying about work entirely. I moved half our joint account into my name. Lauren said I was entitled. Gathered documents, changed passwords, stored everything in a safety deposit box. When Mark announced his next Seattle trip, I smiled. The Riverside? Probably. Big potential client. Sounds good. I'll miss you. As soon as he left Thursday morning, I called Lauren. Let's do this. Mark came home Sunday evening talking about airport traffic. I was at the kitchen table, laptop open. "What's for dinner?" he asked. "Sit down, Mark." Something in my voice stopped him cold. I turned the laptop around. Hotel footage paused on him and her, standing too close. His face went white. "I can explain. I have 7 dates of footage, 300 phone calls to her number, thousands in hotel charges, and a recording of your boss saying the Seattle client dropped you in January. Rachel, please." "Who is she?" "Her name is Emily. We met at a conference. It just happened. You gave her roses on Valentine's Day while I was home alone." He put his head in his hands. "I'm sorry. God, I'm so sorry. I'll end it, I swear." I slid divorce papers across the table. "You already lost me. Can we talk about this? You used our money to wine and dine her while telling me we needed to budget. There's nothing to talk about. Do you love her?" I asked. His hesitation was my answer. "Pack a bag and get out. I'm filing for exclusive occupancy of the house." "Where am I supposed to go?" "Maybe the Riverside has long-term rates?" After he left, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. "Is this Rachel Peterson? My name is Emily. I think we need to talk." My heart stopped. "Emily, I didn't know he was married until 3 weeks ago. I found a wedding photo in his wallet. I'm so sorry." We met the next day. Emily was 26, a pharmaceutical rep. She looked terrified. "He told me he was divorced," she said, shaking, "that it had been finalized. We met up in Seattle because it was neutral territory." "When did you find out?" 3 weeks ago. I saw your wedding photo in his wallet. He admitted you were still married, but said you were separated. Then I saw his Instagram. He'd posted your dog 2 days earlier saying, 'Lazy Sunday at home.'" She pulled out a recording device. "I recorded our last conversation when I confronted him. He admitted everything. I thought you might need it for court." This stranger who'd unknowingly helped destroy my marriage was handing me the final piece of evidence. The divorce took 6 months. Mark tried to fight, but between the footage, phone records, and Emily's recording, his lawyer told him to settle. I got the house, half his 401k, 3 years spousal support. Mark had to repay half the marital funds spent on the affair, $14,000. His company found out about the fake trips when divorce documents referenced travel fraud. They demoted him. No more senior rep, no more travel, major pay cut. Emily transferred to Denver to escape the mess. Mark moved into a small apartment and told people we grew apart. I didn't bother correcting anyone. It's been a year. I repainted the bedroom, bought new furniture, made the house mine. Lauren and I are closer than ever. Emily and I still get coffee sometimes. There's something bonding about being lied to by the same person. I'm dating again. Nothing serious. But I'm remembering who I am outside of being someone's wife. The hardest part wasn't the betrayal. It was accepting the person I thought I knew never existed. But I learned something. You can't love someone into being honest. You can't sacrifice yourself into being valued. Sometimes the bravest thing is walking away from someone who already left. And the best revenge, building a life they're no longer part of and being happier for it.